Today I'm talking turkey. How do you prepare a turkey and how to use an electric roaster? Welcome to White Shadow Fare, where I'm making it homemade and I'm making it with love. The safest way to thaw your turkey is in a refrigerator. So every 4 to 5 pounds of turkey, you are going to thaw it for 1 day in the refrigerator. That means that you're going to get that turkey out probably about a week ahead of time. Don't panic if your turkey is still a little bit frozen. Just rinse it with some cool water to get most of the ice out of it. Turkey's thawed. You see this plastic piece? Got to remove it. Now you're going to stick your hands inside the cavity of the turkey and remove what is called the giblets bag. And you also need to get the neck out. Sometimes this is either in the cavity of the body or at the front of the turkey where the head would have been. I personally throw away the giblets bag and the neck, but you can do what you want. Some people like to cook the organs and eat them, and some people make gravy out of them. You see this little red thing? If your turkey has one of those, that is considered a thermometer. So here I am, I'm just sticking my hand underneath the skin and loosening it up because I'm going to add some seasoning and oil or butter in a few moments underneath it. So you want to loosen the skin as much as possible. You're going to keep the skin on because that is going to help keep your turkey juicy. If you're somebody that kind of gets the ick factor from touching poultry, you might want to put on a pair of rubber gloves. So I'm just squeezing on some olive oil here. Olive oil or butter, you could use some softened butter and shove it underneath there and on top. And also you're going to add your seasoning to the outside and underneath as well. So you flavor it the way that you want to. Here is what I do. So personally, I always like to add some onions to the inside of my bird, and I add onion around the outside of the bird as well. This is just for adding flavor to our future gravy. Top my bird with a little bit of pepper, maybe some salt, and I always use this poultry seasoning called Bell's Poultry Seasoning, but if you can't find that, any poultry seasoning will do. And be somewhat generous, but don't go overboard because poultry seasoning does have quite a strong flavor. So inside the bird is a great place to sprinkle some of this because it will flavor the inside of the meat, a little bit on top, and even rub it in underneath the skin itself. So I set my electric roaster to 450 degrees to preheat while I'm doing this. I'm going to cook my turkey for 30 minutes at 450 degrees. Then I'm going to drop the temperature down to 325 degrees to continue cooking. So once again, I'm going to take my electric roaster and turn it up to the highest number, which on mine is 450 degrees. I'm going to cook it for 30 minutes, then drop it down to 325. And if you're not sure how long to cook a turkey, I put this in. Thank you, Food Network. I just quickly put my turkey in and notice that I did add some chicken broth to the bottom of this. That's just going to help make extra gravy. So all of the drippings from the turkey and the chicken broth and the onions that I put in there is going to give it a wonderful flavor. This is what my 20-pound turkey looked like after 3.5 hours of cooking. If I would have followed that table, it would have been cooking a little bit longer. So at about an hour before your time is done, the first time you should take the lid off. Going to remove your turkey carefully because it's got some liquids in it. Put it on a rimmed tray of some sort and then cover it with a piece of foil and let it sit for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And here I am just slicing it up. The longer you let it sit and cool, the easier it will be to slice everything nicely. And so if I was serving this for Thanksgiving, we don't eat the skin. So I would remove that and then I would just slice my breasts, which you can see are really nice sized. Of course, it's a 20-pound bird, so they would be. And I'm not making this for Thanksgiving. I'm making this so that we can have hot turkey sandwiches throughout the course of the year. Look at all of that meat. It was super juicy. Adding that little bit of liquid certainly helped. I hope that you will give this a try. Thank you for joining me at White Shadow Fare. Please consider liking and subscribing.